Hey guys, welcome to episode number 6 of the ranking of my favorite albums, where I go from my least favorite to my favorite. This is a video I've been really excited about doing. I couldn't do it without my buddy Taylor. Taylor, what's up, dude?
Ready to do some Slayer?
Ready to do some Slayer. We're trying to anyway, right?
I'm trying.
Yeah. A band that me and your Uncle Rodney love very much, and we corrupted you with. And now it's one of your favorite bands as well, too, right?
Very important band.
A very important band. I'm glad we could be a good influence on you.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to include Haunting the Chapel, which, they really officially have 11 albums, but, Haunting the Chapel is an EP, so we're going to include that. We're not going to include this album, which is Undisputed Attitude, which is just essentially just all punk covers, but great album. Definitely worth checking out.
Definitely great.
Yeah, the only new track on here is Gemini, and there's a couple of Jeff Hanneman songs on here that are punk tracks that he was going to do in a side project with Rocky George, but definitely a good album. But we'll go from our least favorite to our favorites. So number 12, I'll let you start off, Taylor.
Diabolus Musica, my least favorite.
Okay.
Not for me, too much of a new metal sound, late 90s. Uncle Fester on the cover.
He's on the back, too.
Still some good songs on there.
Fester.
Bitter Peace is okay. But really not my thing for Slayer, or when I think of Slayer.
Yeah, I think we've been trying to make a video for a while now, but I think all these albums are great. I mean, some of these bands I'm going to be doing, I like some of these albums are just not up to par or good, but these are all pretty good albums, including this one from my number 12. The last album they've done, that would be Repentless. Good solid album. I love the title track. Cast the First Stones, Killer, Stillness Comes. I mean, the last album they released, and it also is after the passing of Jeff Hanneman. And, there is a Jeff Hanneman song on here, though, called Piano Wire, which is good. And we have Gary Holt of Slayer playing some solos on here, so you can't go wrong with that, who replaced Jeff, who, of course, is an Exodus, Gary Holt. But my number 12 is Repentless.
Number 11, Repentless for me.
Okay.
So, number 11 right there. Everything that Patrick has said, I agree. Gary Holt, you rule. You're the savior on the album.
I agree. He plays some really good solos on there. My number 11 is God Hates Us All. Another album I really love, but we have to go in an order here because we love all these albums. Standout tracks to me on here: Here Comes the Pain and Payback and Disciple, Bloodline, New Faith. You've talked about. I mean, just a great solid album, which came out on 9/11 of 2001. How weird and ironic is that? But only Slayer, right? But my number 11 is God Hates Us All.
Number 10 for me, God Hates Us All.
Just had to keep it in my hand.
Great album. It was pretty solid. Like you said, only Slayer would come out with something on 9/11,
Mm-hmm.
and it'd be totally unexpected. But
yeah.
Favorite song, New Faith, Warzone, Payback. Great songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good album. My number 10 is the first album to feature Dave Lombardo for many, many years, and that would be Christ Illusion. I like that right there. Man, it's cool. But great song is Jihad. My favorite song on that is Slayer songs. Great song, but just a good, solid album. And that is Christ Illusion for my number 10.
Where are we at? Number 9?
Yes.
Yeah, we both got the same favorite number 9s here. Same ranking at this point. World Painted Blood. Killer. Beauty Through Order.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think we agree on that.
Yeah, our favorite song, our favorite track on the album is Beauty Through Order. The last album to feature Dave Lombardo and Jeff Hanneman. Just a good, solid album. Our number 9 is World Painted Blood. Couldn't think for a second there. And number 8. You want me to do number 8?
You take number 8.
I'll take number 8. Diabolus Musica. This is Taylor's favorite album. I was getting the spoiler.
Yeah, definitely my favorite.
Yeah, but I agree with him. I mean, I didn't care for this album at all when it first came out. It's really grown on me through the years. I think some really good, solid songs on here. I mean, Bitter Peace, I agree, is killer. Death's Head, Stain of Mine, Overt Enemy. Yeah, I mean, it's grown on me through the years, but number 8 is Diablos. So number 7, which we love. I think we love the rest of this stuff.
Number 7 for me, Seasons in the Abyss. This was my Uncle Rodney's cassette. Great album. Everything from here on is just solid, perfect. Slayer was fan-fucking-tastic from the 80s and early 90s. Just everything was killer. And standout tracks for me, Temptation, that's my favorite one. Blood Red, Spirit in Black, Expendable Youth, Born of Fire. Great, just solid all the way through. That's my number 7.
My number 7 is album I love very much, Divine Intervention. I've had one gripe about the album. The production's not really that great, up to par, but I mean, it's a great album. I mean, Killing Fields is great. Ditto Head's awesome. I mean, Divine Intervention, the title track's great. Serenity and Murder, it's great. My favorite song on the album is 213. But number 7 for me is Divine Intervention. Number 6.
Number 6 for me, Divine Intervention.
Ah, look at that.
Got this one on cassette as well. So, yeah, great album. I agree with you there. My favorite track on there is 213. Jeffrey Dahmer. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's about Jeffrey Dahmer.
213 is the room that he stayed in, you know. And also, other standout tracks on there for me. I love Killing Fields. Fictional Reality is another great one. Ditto Head, yeah. God, it's just a killer app. Circle of Beliefs. I think the production really isn't all that bad, and that was Paul Bostaff's first album with them.
It is
coming off of
the first album with Paul
Forbidden Evil, and really, he just did a great job, and especially killer opening with Killing Fields.
Yeah, that's a good way to start off the new drummer.
Yeah,
I think they purposely did that. Yeah, that was good. All right, my number 6 is. Look at that.
Wow.
Seasons in the Abyss. I mean,
we're back and forth here.
Yeah, we are. We're kind of close in a lot of our rankings. Other than the Diabolus, the Kerry King says is Turbo. But, I mean, yeah, great album. I mean, I love Dead Skin Mask. Hear it a lot. And, of course, Seasons in the Abyss, they play up till they broke up all the time. But, I mean, Skeleton Society is a good song,
That's
too.
A killer song,
killer song. But my number 6 is Seasons in the Abyss.
Number 5.
We're to the top 5, guys.
Top 5. Slayer.
Awesome, man.
Let's see. Number 5 here. I've got it with me on picture disc on vinyl.
Oh, awesome.
My number 5. South of Heaven. I love this album.
I love that album.
My Uncle Rodney actually bought this album for me when I was 11 or 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
Bought it down at Wax and Facts.
Wax and Facts.
And I love it. Every song on there is perfect. Production is great. Killer fucking album all the way through. Best track on the album for me. I love Silent Scream. Silent Scream.
I agree with you.
That's a great song.
That's a great
Dissident
song.
Aggressor on there. They covered Judas Priest.
Yep. A lot of
From
people.
Sin After Sin. Great fucking song.
A lot of people thought that was actually a Slayer original, and they realized later, oh my gosh, that's Priest. Priest song. Yeah.
In my eyes, that's the very first thrash metal song ever.
Yep.
Came from Judas Priest.
That's why I had to have him on here with me. You know about as much music, if not more than I did. So, yeah.
But yeah, favorite song, Silent Scream. Up there on ties with Behind the Crooked Cross and Spill the Blood. Another killer song.
Not a bad song on there.
Never a bad song.
Okay, well, now we're down to the top 5.
Oh, and Ghosts of War.
Can't
killer. Leave that one out.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome, brother.
It's a great song.
Yeah, that's awesome. My number 5, and I feel guilty putting this in number 5 because these are all perfect albums. And I'm going to go ahead and do it. Number 5 is Haunting the Chapel. I feel bad about doing this because, God, it's so good, dude. Chemical Warfare, Captor of Sin.
So good.
Haunting the Chapel, Aggressive Perfect. I mean, it's just an EP, but we had to include it. We talked about it before we decided to record this. So my number 5 is this, and this is just, man, just killer.
That's the way Show No Mercy should have been recorded.
Yeah, I agree. So much reverb. Number 4.
Number 4. We're down to the nitty gritty. Number 4 for me. I've got on vinyl and cassette here. Number 4, Show No Mercy. Great album.
Show them the back of that cover. That's killer too.
Great album.
Awesome. That's
Show No
awesome.
Mercy. Got it here on red vinyl.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Just perfect all the way. Great first album. Great debut. I mean, every song on here is killer, but if I had to pick one out, it would be Cryonics. That's my favorite song on
Good
there.
choice, man.
Cryonics, Tormentor. Oh, man, I can go on and on with this. Everything on this album is just solid.
Hell yeah.
And just a staple. They were like Merciful Fate and Venom on steroids and cocaine, and they were just right
They
out
really
the
are,
gates,
yeah.
you know?
Really are. Well, hey, we are similar in a lot of this. My number 4 is as well, Show No Mercy. I agree with everything you said. I like a song, there's so many good songs on here, but Metal Force, Metal Storm,
Face of Slayer.
That's a great song, man.
Great song.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love this album, man.
You can really
So
hear the
good.
Judas Priest and Motorhead influence.
Evil
and
has
everything.
no, yeah, they have a lot of the Priest and Maiden influence in this album. It's just a great album. Evil has no boundaries. Die by the Sword.
Classic.
Yep. I mean, front to back, just
The
a great album.
Antichrist. All
Yeah,
of it.
the whole album is just killer. Number 4 is Show No Mercy. Number 3, our top 3.
Ooh, top 3. This is where it gets good.
Yeah, these are just killer.
Number 3 for me. He's got it right here. My number 3 is Rain and Blood.
Oh, okay.
Rain and Blood. Definitely number 3 for me. I love this album, don't get me wrong. A lot of people would say it's their number 1. It's my number 3. I love it. I love it. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. They keep it at what, 25 minutes, 26 minutes?
Yeah, it's really interesting. When we got me and your Uncle Rodney.
Super fast, super aggressive. Yeah. Every song on there is just absolutely killer. My favorite one would, shit, where do I even begin? You know, Angel of Death, killer.
Killer.
Absolutely killer. Postmortem.
Yeah, Postmortem.
Jesus Saves.
Blood. Yeah.
Epidemic.
Yeah.
Reborn.
Yep.
Criminally Insane.
Yep.
I mean, it's all just... It's one of those albums, whenever you put it on, you have to listen to it from beginning to end.
Right on.
And don't skip anything.
And it's so quick, like you said, what I was going to say, me and your Uncle Rodney got the cassette. It's the same album on both sides of the cassette. So back in the day when you played it in the tape player in the car, it would just play to the next side over and flip over, wouldn't be side 2, it'd be the album all over again.
I have that cassette too, yeah.
So that could almost be an EP. But
I don't have it with me today, but
it's
I have it. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. These are, again,
front to back.
Yeah,
perfect.
man, these are all front to back perfect, and I agree with you, man. I think we all agree on this. I mean, these are all perfect albums, including this one. My number 3 is Hell Awaits.
Oh,
I love this album.
Oh.
I mean, Hell Awaits, Kill Again, At Dawn They Sleep might be my favorite Slayer song ever. Man, I mean, oh god, it's just a great album. I just remember, killer, man.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Hell Awaits for me. So we're down to the top 2, dude.
Top 2. Ooh.
I'm curious. We don't know, by the way, what we picked.
Yeah, we
we're just
don't.
kind of going with this. This is.
I mean, it's kind of obvious at this point.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
Top 2. My number 2 would actually be Haunting the Chapel.
Okay.
I have a very special connection with that one. That was actually the very first Slayer CD that I ever bought. I was 7 years old. 7 years old. I went to Media Play and
7 years old. Is it because of me and your Uncle Rodney?
It sure is because of you and my Uncle Rodney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They turned me on to Slayer at a very young and tender age of about 4 or 5 years old. Somewhere around there.
I started off with something a little lighter like Maiden.
See, I remember when Patrick used to have long hair.
That's you're going way back then.
They got me into Slayer, and that was it. Rodney showed me Haunting the Chapel, and I heard Chemical Warfare, and that turned me on. I was at Media Play and bought Haunting the Chapel, along with Iron Maiden's first album and Killers, and that was it. You know, Haunting the Chapel title track, great song. Captor of Sin, Chemical Warfare, Aggressive Perfector, just great stuff.
Yeah, it's just great. That's why we had to.
The sound on that EP is just incredible.
It's awesome. Yeah, good choice, man. My number 2, and I went back and forth all week thinking about this because I almost get to have this as my number 1, and the older I get, I like this album in a lot of ways better than my number 1. But I'll tell you in a minute why my number 1 is my number 1. But it's South of Heaven. I mean, God, I love this album. Look at the back cover here. I mean, yeah, you were saying earlier. I mean,
so good.
Silent Scream is one of my all-time favorite. You know how it goes from South of Heaven into Silent Scream is killer. Behind the Crooked Cross, Mandatory Suicide, Goes to War. Yeah. I mean, Spill the Blood is just another.
You got a low battery. Yeah, it's all good. Still good.
My number 2 is South of Heaven.
Great album.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, we're good. Just low battery, low light. Right. Number 1.
Number 1.
This is it.
This is it.
Oh. Number 1 for me. Hell Awaits. This album right here solidified my love for Slayer. God, I don't even know where to begin on this album. Title track, opening up the album, and you spin it backwards. You know, it's saying "Join us."
Yeah, join us. Yeah.
And really favorite song on there. Throw a Dart. I love them all.
Yeah, they're all killer.
But Kill Again is definitely my favorite. I got my first band name from that song, and in the chorus, Homicidal Maniacs. And I came up with my band name from that song, and
I didn't know that.
And title track for my band with that song, we called it Homicidal Maniacs, and I love it. And Crypts of Eternity, very, very underrated song. I think the last time it's been played live was maybe 86.
Okay.
Might have been 85.
Okay.
I've only been able to find like one recording from then, and it was in Eindhoven in Holland at the Dynamo Festival in 85.
Okay.
And Praise of Death, killer. Hardening of the Arteries, just whole album front to back is just solid. This album means a lot to me. So you're number 1?
All right, number 1. Great choice, by the way, for your number 1. My number 1 is going to be Rain and Blood.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
We're talking a lot about this album earlier. I mean, there's not a bad song on here. Really slow, really fast album that it's only like 24, 25 minutes long. It's not. I mean, it's very, very quick album, but I mean, it's just relenting. Unrelenting. I mean, it just kicks major ass. I got this on vinyl too. I had to bring the vinyl out of this.
That's the album that should have been called Repentless.
Yeah, this is just killer.
More Relentless.
More like Relentless. Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing this, and I was talking to you earlier. I saw this album at Sam Goody, I think, at Cumberland Mall. I was about 14. I was with my mom. She was half paying attention. If she sees this video, she's going to be like, what did I do? And I was like, oh my gosh, I saw the album cover here. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And I was like, I had to buy it because it just looks so great. You know, I'm like, well, this is wild, you know? And got it, picked it up, and couldn't wait to show your Uncle Rodney and Chuck. And we listened to it. I'm like, oh my God, what is this stuff, you know? And been a fan ever since, right? But that was 86. So, I mean, this is the first album that turned us on to this band. And then, of course, we went back and got into Hell Awaits and Show No Mercy and everything. But that's my number 1, man.
As they say, the rest is history, right?
Yeah. We won't go back through. We don't want this to stop again, I guess. But, I mean, what do you want to add anything else you like from Slayer or anything?
I'm a diehard Slayer fan. I love it all. Really, I don't think there's anything else I need to add. I just think they're a solid fucking band. I wish they would stay around, but I get it. You don't got Dave Lombardo, you don't got Jeff, but it would be great to have another go around with them. I think so.
Yeah. And Tom sounds like he's not interested now, so it's kind of.
Yeah.
You know,
Tom's a voice, man.
Yeah. You can't do it without Tom. There's a rumor going around that Phil Anselmo might be doing something with Paul, and it wouldn't be the same. I love Phil Anselmo.
It's not the same.
I love
nothing
Phil
against Phil.
Yeah, I love Phil, but not for Slayer. But real quick, yeah. I mean, we were looking at this earlier.
Yep.
I mean, the box set.
Soundtrack to the Apocalypse.
Yeah, just killer. If you're a Slayer fan, you got to pick this up. You can find it on Amazon. Just awesome.
Great DVD bonuses on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff on here. Got a lot of DVDs. They've got a lot of cool. I don't know, what would be your favorite? I like the Divine Intervention tour. It was really cool.
It's killer.
And War at the Warfield is just awesome too.
Still Raining is great too.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Great documentary that comes with it.
Yeah, but we'll dedicate this to your Uncle Rodney. He loved you and I love you too, and I'm glad we could do this together. We tried this about 100 times, but I think we've finally made it work, dude.
I think so.
All right, brother.
Thank you for having me, Patrick.
All right, man. Talk to you soon, guys. Later.